There's your boy, the Crypto Goon, and shout out to all my crypto goons for pulling up once again. Now, today I got another sleeping giant for you that not many people are talking about, especially in the cryptocurrency community, and definitely not talking about commercially amongst the what I call dumb money. Now, what I'm talking about is Tron, also known as TRX. So let's hop into the fundamentals, and then we're going to check out the charts for the technical. Now, what we're looking at right now is Tron's website. As you can see here, decentralize the web. Now, just to keep it short and simple for people that are new to this technology and for people that are new to cryptocurrency as a whole, Tron is the competition for Ethereum. Okay, as you can see here, decentralized web. So it is the internet of the blockchain. Okay, just to keep it simple. Now, there are a few things that we're going to talk about here. Tron is actually faster than Ethereum, and there are other things that you should know. So let's hop over here to CoinMarketCap. Now, on CoinMarketCap, Tron is number 10, the 10th largest cryptocurrency available. Okay, so now I'm going to click on Tron and just show you a few things. Number one, based on the community sentiment, out of 646,000 people, they are bullish on Tron currently. Now, Tron is currently trading at 27 cents. Okay. Now, here's one other thing that I want to show you all in reference to Tron. The majority holders of Tron are whales. As you can see here, 72.13% of the holders are whales. So these are your larger institutions. I'm pretty sure that there are some banks, right, or hedge funds like your BlackRocks, right, that are in on this. Now, I'm not 100% sure of what they consider a whale, how much of these tokens you actually own, but that is the majority holder of Tron. So the big boys, the larger players, see something here that the average person does not. As you can see, the average person or the average crypto holder, they're only at 27%. That says a lot about this technology. Now, I've used Tron before. I've received some USD Tether on the Tron network before. It was pretty fast. But that is not the only use case for Tron. Okay, there, like I said, it is the decentralized web, and it's been around since 2017, so it's been around for a while. And they have a lot of things going on. I definitely think that you should head over to the website and check them out, just so you can kind of get familiar with it before you actually start investing your money in, which is something that I always suggest. Check out their website, check out their Twitter. Okay, so just so you can kind of learn a little bit more about them. Now, heading over to the technical analysis. Now, when I first started looking at this, we were in this triangle pattern. We have since broke out of this pattern. We're starting to move up even more. Now, there are two price targets that I have on Tron. Obviously, I love the swing trade, the longer term project. Okay, so long term, I'm looking for Tron to go to about $2.80 or so. Okay, now that most likely will not be this bull run. Okay, that may be years down the line. All right. Now, on the short term, okay, and I love the Fibonacci because it's just something that just works. Short term, I'm looking for it to go to 64 cents. All right. Now, currently we are at 27 cents, and the highest we've ever been is about 43 cents. So we had this large candle drop up, come up and then close far below, and then we started consolidating to the side. Now, as this thing gains popularity, as more institutions and organizations start to adopt it and use it, and currently they actually hold the most USD Tether currently. Okay, people are sending and receiving money using Tron. They're sending and receiving USD Tether using Tron because it is a lot faster than Ethereum, and the fees to send money are a lot less. You can actually send USD Tether for free with no gas fees. But there's a lot more to it. It's not just as simple as sending and receiving. It's a lot more to it to be able to to be able to take advantage of those 0% gas fees. Okay, so that's another plus, right? We all know that when you send and receive cryptocurrency, you got to pay gas fees. You have to have money there to be able to send it and receive it, or it costs money to send it and receive it. But this particular technology has been able to get the gas fees to zero, but there are certain things that you have to do. And this video is not about that. However, in the future, I will do a more in-depth look and advanced video on this technology and how you can get access to these zero gas fees. Okay. So again, this one is very promising. And the price of it for the average person, right? For the average person to take advantage of this, it is very inexpensive. A lot of, when you look at Bitcoin, right, it's very expensive. Even though I always say that Bitcoin is a dinosaur, it is what it is. It takes so long to send. The gas fees are expensive, but it's a good store of value. People consider it the new gold. But there are other cryptocurrencies like Tron that you can take advantage of and get in and pretty much get great gains on long term. Okay. So again, I'm looking for this to go to 64 cents first stop. And we're not too far off, right? We're at 27 cents. So, we have a little ways to go, and that's okay. The whole point of this is to get in these things when people are not paying attention. So if I head over to YouTube Trends, Google Trends for YouTube, and I type in Tron TRX. See, so you'll see that right now we are well below 25, right? Which is a good position to be in. It's starting to tick up. And again, like I always show you all, right? This is when the dumb money enters, right? So when you get those notifications of those all-time highs from Coinbase and Uphold and crypto.com and, any other notification that you have set up on the exchange, generally that is when it is too late. Okay. That is when it's too late. So this is December of 2024. So if I go over to Tron's chart and I go over to December of 2024, right here, that's when we had this large wick right here, right? So it came up and the notifications went out. And then as soon as the dumb money rolled in, well, the larger institutions, the whales, the larger players started liquidating. And that's when you got this candle drop right here and it came back down. It went from about 45 cents and it dropped down to about 25 cents or so. So people lost half their money just getting in at the wrong time during the hype. When the time to get in again is when we are below this 25 line right here. And then, you ride the wave and then you take your profits accordingly along with the smart money as soon as the dumb money enters the chat. Okay. So again, over here, we're all about being smart, being the smart money and being on the opposite side of the dumb money, which is, you're the people that are consuming this stuff on social media that don't have proper education when it comes to these things, and they don't know how to look at and analyze not just the price charts, but also these charts, the trending charts, or when people are talking about it. A lot of people don't know about this stuff. Okay. So we want to get in when people aren't talking about it. The whales know about it. So, if you follow the whales, you really can't go wrong in this. Okay. Now, I know some people are wondering where you can actually get Tron from, and you can use several wallets. And I'll pull them up right here. So as you can see, Binance, Trust Wallet, Ledger, Trezor. I have Trezor. That's what I use. Math Wallet, Tron Link, Kobo, never heard of it. SafePal, Hyperpay, MetaMask. Okay. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think it's on Coinbase yet, but there are other ways that you can get access to it. I use Trust Wallet. That's how I got my Tron. You can just add money to your Trust Wallet, and then you can swap over to Tron and get some of it. So that's how I got mine, was through Trust. But again, there are other ways, and as you can see right here, Trust is right here. I actually like the Trust Wallet. It's a very decent wallet. As far as security, I'm not 100% sure, but that's why I keep my crypto in the Trezor off of the exchanges, the ones that I plan to keep long term anyway. Okay. But anyway, I just wanted to just bring you all this. I call this one the smoker. It's really slept on right now. People really only pay attention to the top cryptocurrencies. When we really look at the top cryptocurrencies, the people really only pay attention to the Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Doge, Cardano, right? The super commercialized, really popular cryptocurrencies. But there are gains to be had. Now, let me just show you all something else, right? The beauty of coin market cap. Now, there are two things here on coin market cap that you should pay attention to that are going to be popular during this bull run. Number one, RWA, real world assets. Okay. And then number two, the AI agents. Those are going to be those utility coins in there are going to be the most popular, right? But I think Tron will most likely get a lot of burn too. So if we come over to real world assets, we see Chainlink, Avalanche. I've talked about that. Stellar, XLM. You know the vibes on that. If you've been here for a while, HBAR, Ondo, VChain, Algo. So there are a few here that XDC that are tokenizing real world assets where some of these organizations are investing in real estate. You can own a piece of that, kind of like a REIT, real estate investment trust. Very similar. Okay. Now also the AI agent. Now I talked about TARS AI over here. Let me come over to AI. There are a few here, but TARS AI has really been performing lately. Their bull run is going crazy right now. But again, there are some others, right, that are really popular and that have promising technology. And again, read these things, understand them. I like TARS because they have actual technology that you can use and hold in your hand. There are some of these that don't have that. Okay, so you need to think about it, right? And I kind of liken this to when you look at like an Apple stock, right? Why would you buy Apple stock? Well, because you probably have an Apple iPhone, right? I have several Apple iPhones. I got iPads. I got, Apple pencils and, Apple everything, right? So it's probably a good stock to invest in, especially if you see other people using these products, right? The same thing with, Google, right? Everybody uses Google, right? ABC. So that's how you have to look at these things, right? How can you use them? Will they be physically used in the real world? That technology, right? And I did a video yesterday where I showed you all how XLM is being physically used in the world right now. Okay, XRP is being physically used by a lot of institutions right now. So, these are things that you should pay attention to when you're looking at investing in these things, right? Let me go over to AI agents. And some of these, see right here, I just talked about it, TARS AI, right? Because they have an actual technology that you can use, okay? And personally, I like it. It can be your assistant, kind of like Siri, right? So, but anyway, I just wanted to just bring you all this one. This one is going to I think that Tron definitely has some promise to it. I've used it before. I've used it before I even knew what it was. Somebody sent me some money, some USD Tether, using Tron, and it was pretty fast. Okay. So, just wanted to give you all that insight. I'm going to give you all insight of everything that I'm looking at. I appreciate you all tapping in. It's the number one goon, not the two, the crypto goon. Shout out to all my goons. Appreciate you all watching. Crypto goon out.